Welcome to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures while glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, accessories, character history, because I suck at that, and there are already so many great reviews on YouTube who do that already, and I don't want to waste your time. So, this video is the third in my 4-part series of the NECA DC vs. Darkhorse San Diego Comic-Con 2019 exclusive 2-packs. Superman vs. Alien, that's one 2-pack. Batman vs. Predator, that's a second 2-pack. This video is just about the armored Batman. Some thoughts right off the top. This is cool, man. This is a really, really nice figure. This is probably my second favorite figure out of the two 4-packs. My first would have to go to Superman. My second would be this guy. Third is the Predator, and my least favorite, although not a bad figure, but problematic, is the Xenomorph aliens. Now, specifically to the Batman figure, the build of this figure is exactly the same as the Superman. Let me just bring him here. So, I mean, height-wise, they're even actually, I think, the exact same height. And underneath his armor is the exact same body mold. It's just obviously different paint and whatnot, but everything else is exactly the same in terms of the joints, the articulation, the range of articulation. Although the range of articulation of this figure is a little bit more limited because of his armor, which is expected, and it's realistic, because if you're going to be wearing that much armor, you know, it's going to hinder your articulation in real life anyway. So he would not be as, I guess, he wouldn't be able to utilize all his known martial arts skills and his ninja training as Batman normally would without the armor. But the armor does add, it does have some pros and cons. So right off the top, let me just give you a quick height measurement. He is standing at, well, the top of his head, he's about 7 and just under 7 1/4. Top of from the ears is about 7.5 inches. Let me give you a side view of that. All right, yeah, about 7 1/4, 7.5, depending on how you want to measure it. Going top down. His head does not go back very far. That's about as high as he goes. Alright? For the Superman figure, it was the same way, but for the Superman, as you could have seen in the last video, I dremeled out a little bit of a half a hole in the back of Superman's neck to give Superman a little bit more of a up-looking articulation. For Batman, I just left it as is because I figured he's armored. How far back could he look anyway in so much armored gear? So it's character specific articulation that I am a fan of, and this would be realistic. He can't look up that far. I get it. He can look down this much, which is a good amount. I'm satisfied with that. Of course, you know, he can turn his head. He has a little bit of the head roll. Neck swivel, head roll, you know, head bobble, and Superman does as well, which is kind of cool. So that's as far as his head goes. Of course, now he doesn't want to stand. Okay. His shoulder pads are very soft. It's a soft plastic. He's got the armor is removable, or at least movable to removable. The faceplate here is removable, but it was coming off too easily. Every time I picked him up, every time I touched his head, it would fall off. So I just added a little bit of hot glue, and I glued it on. So now it does not come off. It's hot glue, so it's not permanent. I could take it off, but I just left it on because I figured, why would I ever want to take it off anyway? It's Batman. It's armored Batman. If I wanted a non-armored Batman, I would get a non-armored Batman, you know? So, yeah. I know, it's a very scientific method I employ. So I just hot glue that on so it's staying on. The shoulder pads are soft and they're movable. although they're not removable because they're attached to the chest plate. So these are the number of pieces of armor that he has on him. The faceplate, the chest plate, which is attached to these two shoulder pads. You've got the forearm gauntlets. You have the thigh plated armor. The boots, however, they stay on. These don't come off. They're a little bit softer, but non-removable. The chest plate can be taken off. There's actually 4 pegs, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And with a little bit of work, you can snap it off. The cape is not attached to the chest and back plate at all. It's just tucked into his neckline, similar to Superman over there. His cape is also very soft, made of the same material as the Superman cape. Very soft, very kind of smooth, silky material. No bendy wire, so you're not going to be able to keep it in a specific position. But it's a bigger, wider, and a longer cape, and I think that's come to expect it, right? Because it's Batman, you know. Like we're used to him having a more of a dramatic style cape movement. So that's just something to keep in mind. You can take the plate off. It's exact same, like I called it. It's very, if you're familiar with the Marvel Legends Bucky Cap mold, all the points of articulation are similar. You know, specifically, you can make him go, his shoulders go up that far, which is really not bad. You know, if you want to put him in this is his hot tub pose. He's got double jointed elbows. Of course, you got the bicep swivel, you know that. Double jointed elbows, but it only bends to just a little bit past 90 degrees because of the gauntlet. It gets in the way, which, you know, it's expected. He is armored Batman. He's not trying to fight. He's not entering into any gymnastics competitions. He's trying to just survive a battle with a predator over there, so he needs as much protection as possible. He comes with his bat, and the swivel of the wrist articulation is just regular swivel and rotating and swivel. You know, it's very, very, very customary and traditional, and it's nothing that'll nothing new, nothing that'll surprise you. One thing, however, is that his ab crunch was initially hindered by the sculpt of the chest plate, and I'll show you a picture right here. And as you can see in these pictures, and I've sort of highlighted with the red marking, it was digging into Batman's stomach, and it really prevented him from utilizing the full ab crunch. So what I did was, I went in with a Dremel, and I shaved off just a little bit, maybe like a millimeter here and a millimeter there, and then just to round it out. So now he could utilize his ab crunch more, I guess, fully. Let me get the light in. So now he can crunch much further down than he could have out of the box. The armor did not hinder in any way his back extension, so he could still arch his back and look up, and you can articulate him in that sense. But out of the box with the armor on, you could not go all the way down or at least you couldn't maximize the ab crunch, and now I did. So yeah, I dremeled it a little bit, and funny thing enough is that the plastic underneath the silver painting is actually like a bright yellow that really is the same color as the yellow paint. So I could have just left it. I shaved it off, I dremeled it off, and I could have just left it as is because it almost matched. The plastic underneath showing through was like 2 strips of yellow that almost matched the yellow in the Batman signal. But I thought, it's kind of weird, and I already have a chrome pen, which, by the way, I suggest everybody get themselves a chrome pen. So this is a chrome pen that I bought on Amazon. I highly suggest everybody get a chrome pen. This is such, it's awesome. It's a very fine tip point. and I just touched it up here, a little bit there, a little bit there. And now you can't even see, you can't even notice the difference. It blended in perfectly. Look at that, right? You could see where I shaved it, right? But you can't see any of the original plastic shining through, coming through. So yeah, this is like about, I would say $5 on Amazon. Definitely worth the investment. All right. So what else can I say about this guy, huh? Great figure. I'm glad I have him. Yeah. Any questions, any comments you got, leave them for me down below, and I'll try to answer. If I missed anything, let me... Oh yeah, and another thing. So, of the removable parts of the armor, you could take the chest plate off, but it doesn't come off as easily. You know, this stays on pretty securely. Everybody's saying, and it was also true with my figure, these leg pieces just... you breathe on it and it falls off. It was so annoying. It was so... It came off even easier and even more annoying than the faceplate. So I just took some hot glue and I lined it up on the inside and I just stuck it on, so now it doesn't come off at all. Again, you don't have to do that. I'm just telling you what I went through. I figure this is armored Batman. You know what I mean? I bought him because I wanted him to be armored Batman. So I wanted everything to be, you know, armored. There's no point for me in taking it off. So just FYI, if you buy this and you get your hands on this one, and you feel that these thigh armor plates keep falling off, you know, just use some hot glue, slap it on, and it's non-permanent. Hot glue, you know, it doesn't bond or seal or anything like that. So yeah, that's just my little experience. Okay, I think that's about it. How long has this been? 12 minutes? Good enough. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you later.